I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to Unreasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson, which is me. I said it like that was a whole different person, right? Welcome. I am reasonable, as you heard in the intro. I do believe that I'm very reasonable, and the whole point of this is for the rest of us to, always be always try to be reasonable. Did I say that right? Also too, it's kind of like accountability, because I feel like a lot of us probably are moving through this world feeling like I'm right, I'm reasonable, I'm sensible. What I did was fair. What I did was the right thing to do. What I did is what everybody else would do. And I think sometimes when we talk about things publicly, when we share things publicly, not everything, but when we share things publicly, when we openly communicate, we find out maybe we weren't being so reasonable. And how can we attempt to be that way, in the next situation, right? So thank you. Okay, so before we get into what is reasonable and unreasonable this week, I just want to thank everybody who came out to my Tempe shows in Arizona. I was in Tempe, Arizona this past weekend at the Tempe Improv. I did 5 shows, Thursday through Saturday. Really wonderful time, like really wonderful time. A couple of things happened. First of all, I really love, and a lot of my openers, are always telling me this. They're always like, you have such a diverse audience, when we step out in front of your audience, they're young, they're old, they're white, they're black, they're everything in between. They come from different socioeconomic backgrounds. It really is a diverse audience. So just know that whoever you are out there, you are welcome at my show. It's Arizona. It was Arizona, so we had people in the crowd that had MAGA hats on. I had this guy at the end of one of my shows try to get me to, notice I said try. Y'all could, you know what? I wasn't going to pose this question, but I'll pose this question, although this is one of those things where I don't even care what you say. That's the most unreasonable thing to do, right? Ask somebody for advice, ask somebody their opinion, and be like, I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm not going to listen to you. I don't even really care what you're saying right now. I'm going to still do what I was going to do before the consultation. So, after the shows, I thank everybody for coming to the show. If you want to talk to me, take a picture, whatever, I always allow that, for free. I'll keep doing that for as long as I can. There, I'm sure will be a moment in my career where I can't do it anymore. Just in the essence of time, just in the interest of time. But right now, while I can do it, I will do it just to reciprocate my appreciation. You guys appreciate me. You think I'm funny. You come out to the show. You show your love. And that's my way of, giving it right back. But this guy, he sat through the whole show, well-behaved, laughed at every single joke. I even think the woman that he was with, I believe that show, I think that they threw money on the stage. I think that was the show. I didn't pick up the money. But he had on a Confederate flag hat. And he didn't have, I guess, the courage to come up to me and ask me to sign his hat himself. So he kind of twisted the hat up, almost tried to hide it, and then gave it to another girl and was like, could you ask her to sign my hat? And so I took a picture with the girl, and then she was like, oh, he wanted you to sign his hat. And so I opened up the hat and I looked and saw the Confederate flag, and I was like, no, get out of here. I actually said it much more rudely. I was like, get the fuck out of here. No. And the girl was surprised. She was surprised at my reaction. And then she looked at the hat and I was like, it's a Confederate flag hat. And she was like, oh, I didn't even know. I'm like, yeah, when people send you on a mission, You know how they be like, take this somewhere, don't look, don't open up the envelope. Open up that envelope. So, I mean, you guys can respond and tell me if you think that it was unreasonable for me to not sign his Confederate flag hat, although he came to my show and enjoyed it, but I don't care. I don't care. Okay, so see, almost forgot the business that I got to do up top. So thank you for coming to my shows this weekend, this upcoming weekend, Friday, March 8th through Sunday, March 10th. I will be headlining the Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma, Washington. So if you're in Tacoma, Washington, Seattle, Washington, any of those surrounding areas, definitely come out and see me perform, okay? I will be there this Friday, March 8th through Sunday, March 10th. Then after that, from March 22nd and the 23rd, I'll be in Las Vegas at the Kimmel's Comedy Club. So that's March 22nd and March 23rd. Then I'll be in Australia. I'll be in Australia at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival from March 27th until April 7th are the show dates. And then I got a bunch more dates, of course. And so make sure you guys hit up my calendar to see if I'm coming to a city near you. While I have you, make sure you subscribe right now. Subscribe to this channel, okay? Let's help me build up my subscribers on YouTube in the same way that you guys have helped build up my subscribers on Instagram, TikTok, etc. But this is where I will be uploading these podcasts every single week, Wednesdays, every single week, unless I tell you guys otherwise. But you can expect I'm reasonable every single week on Wednesdays. Also, I post my stand-up clips. I'll probably be posting some vloggy stuff. And so just make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss anything, okay? Now, let's get into it. What's going on with Z? You know, this segment is called What's Going On with Z, right? What's up with Z? But I always feel like I got to say what's up with me, because anytime I have to talk to myself or refer to myself in any way in the third person, it feels crazy. So that's why I'm like, what's up with Z? It's like, ain't I'm Z? ain't that me? Why am I talking about it like it's a person other than me? Anyway, what's up with Z? Y'all know after I tell y'all what's going on with me, y'all can always put in the comments, hashtag what's up with Z, and let me know if you think I'm reasonable or unreasonable. I flew a plane, y'all. I flew a plane for like 15 seconds, but who else flew a plane? I don't care if it was 1 sec. Who else flew a plane? Okay, so I think my Friday night shows, the late shows, like I said, I'm talking to people after the show, and these three girls come up to me, and one of the girls says, I loved your show. Just FYI, we're Black girl pilots. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's cool. And not like unimpressed. Like, I'm super impressed. But like, okay, like, that's great, And she was like, yeah, I fly, just for fun. She was like, and she pointed to her friend, and she was like, she's in the training program to fly for a major commercial airline, right? And I'm like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Because when I thought about it, I'm like, dang, I fly quite often. And although I have seen a female pilot every probably 100 pilots, I've seen one female pilot. I've never seen a black female. I've never been on a plane where it was a black female pilot that was flying the plane, or even co-piloting the plane. And so that I was like, really, I just was like excited for her, And so they left, and then shortly, a couple of moments later, security walked me down to meet the driver. And right before I'm getting into the car, I see these same girls again, and they're like, if you want to fly tomorrow, like, let us know. And I'm like, I'd love to fly. And she was like, okay, well, I said, DM me. Like, I'd absolutely love to fly. And I know they probably thought I wasn't serious. And I'm surprised that I was serious, because I don't know them. I don't know them. And all of you guys that have been to my shows or hit me up in the DMs and be like, if you want to hang out, just let me know. I'll show you around. Y'all know I do not be taking y'all up on y'all offer. So the fact that I was like, yeah, no, really, DM me. And you know, that's something that people say, like, DM me. Yeah, DM me, and they don't plan on getting back to you. I went back to my hotel. I was waiting for the DM. When are they going to DM me? Because I would like to fly. And she DM'd me. And she was like, hey, I'm not sure if you were serious. I'm like, girl, I couldn't even read the rest of the message. Girl, I'm serious. What's up? Where we going? What we doing? What time the plane get here? Where we landing? Where we going? Anywho, we ended up flying to Sedona. I was calling it Sedonia. And she was like, can I just correct you respectfully? And I was like, sure, what's up? And she was like, it's not Sedonia. You know, it's SEDONA. You really jazzing up the end, and I don't know why. I'm not sure who told you that, but just FYI, it's SEDONA. So we flew to Sedona, flew around it. We were trying to land, but it was very windy, and so that particular landing spot wasn't open. Airport, I should just call it an airport. And so we flew around. It was beautiful, really, really, really beautiful. Matter of fact, I'll let you guys see a little bit. I'm gonna upload probably a longer vlog of it, but here's just a little taste. Here's a little taste. Isn't that cool? Okay, so a lot of people was like, girl, what? Like, to the point where I had to post a video because I was so tired. I was so tired after our escapade. I had to go back to my room and just sleep. You know, I had like an hour before the show, and I used that entire time to take a nap. And so people didn't hear from me. It's like I posted like, okay, I'm getting in the plane. And that was the last thing people heard from me for like hours. And so I had to kind of post like a proof of life, you know, like, I'm okay, you guys, this was amazing. But I was just so tired, and I had to prepare myself for the show later. But people were like, what were you thinking? Like, what would make you get into a plane and fly somewhere with two strangers? I was like, they was black girls. Now, here's the thing. First of all, y'all can respond, was that unreasonable or reasonable? Because I'm going to be honest with you, the black girl part was very important. And I know somebody is thinking like, wait a minute, if they were two white guys, would you not have gotten in the plane? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's not racist. That's not racist. Y'all, if you know me, you know I've dated I've dated my share of white guys. You know, I have white guy friends. I you know me, I don't. But there are things, there are stereotypes that there are fear-based stereotypes that a lot of us follow through with because it's just better safe than sorry. Like, I'm gonna be very honest with you. You know how back in the day, white women wasn't getting in the elevator with black guys or young black guys, or the moment they get in the elevator or pass a young black guy, they holding their purse. Me, I ain't getting in no elevator by myself with two young white guys that I don't know. Thank you, Connor. I'll catch the next one. Yeah, no. I'll catch the next one, but thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. As the elevator doors close, that's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, okay? When I stop seeing certain movies and TV shows and stuff like that, then I will stop. And I know, listen, I feel unreasonable saying it, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop being better safe than sorry. Whatever. Anywho, them being black girls was a big part of it. And you know, as I said it, because I actually posted it, them being black girls was a big part of it. But then I thought about Shanquilla. Remember the Shanquilla story last year? Shanquilla was the black girl who went on vacation, maybe to Mexico or Jamaica, somewhere, I'm not sure where. And she did not make it back home. And it was all of this like fishy stuff and what the friends they're calling them her friends, but they were not friends. You know, if you got friends like that, then like, you know the saying, if those is your friends, then who needs enemies, right? And so that came into my mind instantly, like, ooh, I mean, them was black girls too. Them was black girls and black boys. But I don't know. My intuition definitely was really calm. I prayed before. I made dua before. Well, right before I got in the car, I recited Al-Fatiha. And so I felt really good. And as y'all can see, I'm here today doing a podcast for you guys. So it turned out well. But, you know, in the comments, tell me what y'all think. Okay, so what is on the program today? Today we're going to talk about like looks. And I'm doing that's not what I'm talking about. So forgive me. Okay, so I saw my friend post on his Instagram page, and my friend, comedian, he posts this type of content often. He you know, grabs memes and things like that from online and then kind of like poses it to his followers and then discusses it. And the reason why this one stood out to me is because as a public figure, I have been sent drawings of myself, and I'm like, dang, I know this person had good intentions, but this don't look nothing like me. Me and my friend Tabitha talk about this all the time. Like, all the time, you know, like we know that people are sending things to us with love. And of course, she's getting way more things than I am in terms of her, you know, so many more people are aware of her and know her. And people paint things, people draw things, people, you know, and we just be looking at them like, who is this person? That don't look nothing like me. And sometimes it's just that they don't, you know, when you're drawing a face, sometimes it's like if you mess up the eye. Oh, a good example. Y'all see this? Do y'all see that right there? So I'm so appreciative. This was drawn for me and given to me on the day of that I take my special. And I love the person who drew it for me. The artist is a very talented artist, actually, but he ain't get my eyes right. So now it just looked like that's me if I had like Bell's palsy or something. And I'm not making fun of anybody with Bell's palsy, of course. But if you know anything about Bell's palsy, it's like paralysis in the face, you know, it can be in one side of your face. And I've known people throughout my life who have suffered from that. And when they are healing, it looked like that. Honestly, it looks like that. I keep that up though, because it keeps me humble. You know, you seeing all these pictures behind me of beautiful Zainab, but you know, this one humbles me. This one lets everybody looking at my background know she don't take herself too seriously. Anywho, so apparently, and let me find this. Apparently, this guy hit this girl up. A girl posted a selfie, right? A selfie of her face. And this guy said that he could draw her. I don't know if it was a guy. I'm making it a guy. I have no idea. It was a guy. You ever hear yourself and you like, because no woman would ever just reach out to another woman and be like, your face look easy to draw. We're just fundamentally different in that way, you know? Anyway, he reached out to her. He tweeted her and was like, your face is easy to draw. And she like, oh, okay, cool, bet, draw it. And then he drew it, and this was the result of it. Now, here's the thing. It don't not look like her. It's not the best version. It's not like a picture that you give someone and they feel good about themselves, right? It's like, oh wow, this is like, dang, I don't want to move the camera, but I was going to show y'all this drawing back here that somebody drew of me. I was like, ooh, am I that cute? But that's not a picture. The picture that he drew, it kind of make her feel the same as me. Like, wait, do I got a condition and I don't know? You know, but I think the unreasonable part of it is he said your face is easy to draw, but then the drawing that he submitted doesn't seem like it was easy at all because you ain't really get it right, you know? And so that made me think of what I was watching in the background this weekend while I was in my hotel, like getting ready and whatever for my shows. I turned on Love is Blind, the newest season. And I remember seeing a story last week of the girl. I remember seeing a story. What is her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's the Love is Blind girl's name? Who said that she looked like Megan Fox. Okay, so the Love is Blind girl, her name is Chelsea Blackwell. She's a contestant on the most recent season of Love is Blind. And Chelsea Blackwell told a guy that she was in the pods with that she looked like Megan Fox. And the first red flag as a viewer is that the show literally is Love is Blind. So the last thing you guys should be discussing are your physical attributes. That's the point of the show. Anybody can increase their chances of getting chosen by the person they want to get chosen by if you go in and be like, I look like what some people consider one of the most beautiful women in the world. If I'm sitting in the pods and I'm like, yeah, you know, what you like? Oh, yeah, well, people tell me I look like Beyonce. Oh, yeah, well, people tell me I look like Naomi Campbell. Oh, yeah, well, people tell me I look like whatever is your most ideal beauty type. If you say any well-known beautiful woman, especially when it comes to guys, if you say any well-known, not just beautiful, because in Megan Fox's instance too, she's a very sexy type of woman, you know? And so like appearing, like I think guys really think she's sexy. And so it's like, so you gonna say the person that these mid guys jerk off to, masturbate to on a daily, that's who you gonna say? The most unreasonable thing is you don't look nothing like her. That's very unreasonable. But I want to be clear. It's not unreasonable in a way of like ain't nobody trying to shame Chelsea. Ain't nobody trying to shame Chelsea Blackwell, right? Like we are all. Beauty is an eye of the beholder. Beauty for, you know, no shade to Megan Fox, but she don't even look like how she used to look. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this isn't about like, oh, you don't look as good as that person. It's about setting an expectation. People tell me I look much younger than I am all the time, but I don't ever, whenever somebody asks me my age, I'm never going to tell them the age people think I am. You want to know why? Because I might run into that one person that's like, oh, I would have thought you was older. No, when somebody says you look younger than you are, just take it as a compliment. Just like, oh, okay. Thank you. Take it as a compliment. When someone says that you look like a person who you deem to be very beautiful, very attractive, very handsome, very whatever positive attribute that you care about, whenever somebody says that to you, you just take the compliment. You don't go out in the world and be like, well, guess what? Because now you are giving people a point of comparison. And if you don't live up to the comparison, then you're setting yourself up to fail miserably. Also, she knew what she was doing, and that was the part that I really didn't like. She knew exactly what she was doing. Sorry, I thought my thing stopped. She knew exactly what she was doing. It's like this guy was entertaining two girls. He was having feelings for two girls. What's crazy is the other girl he was feeling looked more like Megan Fox than she do. But he don't know because love is blind. She knew that he was feeling the other girl. And so she said it to give herself a leg up. And you saw his face.
Megan Fox? You saying you look like Megan Fox?
His face was like, he lit up. He lit up in a way he had never lit up before in the pods talking to her. So that was what he needed from you. Not your personality, not your morals, not your character, not your ambitions, not your goals, not what you would bring to a relationship. But, oh, shoot, you look like Megan Fox. And then immediately stuff started to go sideways with him and the other girl, which is crazy because, let me tell you, sometimes we have unrealistic views of ourselves. Because this is going to seem like, hey, it's not. But I'm looking at him like that should have scared you. That she said she looked like Megan Fox, that should have scared you. Because if she does look exactly like Megan Fox, if she does walk through with the same look, the same makeup, the same sex appeal, the same aura that Megan Fox appears to us as, right, on these pictures and stuff like that, well, you don't look right standing next to that. You got to know that you ain't the counterpart, right? Then the thing that's terrible to watch, right? Because I felt bad for Chelsea. It's like, one, I felt bad because once it came out, once the show premiered, now the whole world judging you in a way that they never had to judge you. We had never even thought about Megan Fox. Even she said it to her friends. Who do they say I look like? The friends was like, huh? What? She was like, Megan Fox. They was like, oh, that's right. You making the friends get on board with something they've been trying to tell you to stop doing on national television. But now you have, Netflix is a global platform. Now you have globally people like, wait, who? People who don't even know who Megan Fox is. They Googling that. Wait, hold on a second. Well, let me see who Megan Fox is. Then you got to come out, talk about you apologize. Of all the apologies in all the world, you got to apologize to someone for saying that y'all are lookalikes. That's how much backlash you got. And you did it to yourself when you could have just genuinely conversed with that guy, genuinely kept going with the prompts that the producers are providing you to see if you guys are a legitimate match. But now he chose you. He chose you off the one thing he was not supposed to choose you on, looks. And now, because you know you don't meet what he expected, now every single aspect of your relationship, every day, every moment, you need him to validate you. You need him to tell you how beautiful you are. Tell you how happy he is that y'all are together every single moment. Now he feeling exhausted. Dang, I can't even work. And he ain't being completely honest. He said it around the friends. I mean, she did kind of lie to me about her looks. But he can't be completely honest because he'd have to be honest about his own choice, which was, and that's why I chose her. But why would you set yourself up for such supreme failure? You guys, I had a lot more to talk about, but I've been trying to keep these kind of shorter. We'll get to, all of this stuff is evergreen. I could get to it in another week. Okay, yeah, I'm going to end it there. I know y'all screaming like, no, more. I do have my list of reasonable people this week. My list of reasonable people. Issa Rae. The reason why I'm adding Issa Rae to the very reasonable list this week is because Issa Rae is getting, an article came out that said Issa Rae is securing funding for an actual studio. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but Issa Rae created and executively produced a show called Rap Shit, aside from all the other stuff she's done and doing. But the most recent thing she did was Rap Shit, which had 2 seasons on Max. I loved it. I haven't enjoyed a show and I could see the holes in the show. I could see the places but I enjoyed the parts of the show so much that the parts of the show that kind of needed work, I didn't even care about. And I was enjoying being on a journey and giving them the time to let the show grow. Do you get what I'm saying? I loved it. I was so mad. Two shows, but 2 shows that I really believe this industry messed up with and canceling was Showtime, which was the Lakers show on the Magic Johnson Lakers show on Showtime. It wasn't Showtime. What was it called? Dang, what was it called? I can't remember what. You a fan of the show, but you can't remember the title. Shut up! Shut up! The Lakers show. and rap shit. And so Issa Rae is like, okay, listen, I can't, like, there's so many shows with people of color, creators of color, starring people of color, written by people of color, and they canceling everything. You know what I'm saying? All of these, diversity initiatives, all these DEI stuff, people are getting fired. They're canceling programs, affirmative. All of this stuff is happening. All right. I cannot just be in partnership with people. The decision can't be on someone else. I really have to create a space for creators like me, creators that will not be affirmed unless someone like me creates a space for them. So I have to do that. And so she's securing funding for a studio. And I think that that's dope. And I hope one day to, be in the same position as that young woman in all of the wonderful moves that she's making. So my very reasonable list is Issa Rae this week. And in a whole nother department, the jury that found, what's his name? The man who killed the woman in, Kevin Monahan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but the jury that found him guilty and a judge that sentenced him 25 years to life. Very reasonable. Very reasonable. I sound like Tabitha Brown, just in case somebody's watching that doesn't know. She says, very good. Very good. Very reasonable. Very reasonable. If you don't know, so this man and his wife, they live upstate New York, and two vans and I think a motorcycle of some young people, they pulled into his driveway to pull back out. So they went too far past their turn or realized that they were out the way. And some blocks, especially upstate New York, where it's just that narrow 2-lane street and 2-lane road, and you don't have room to really turn around on the actual road. We do that all the time when you got to make a turn, but there's no opportunity for you to make a U-turn. And so instead you pull into somebody's driveway so you can back out of their driveway and go back in the direction you just came from. That's what happened. He started letting off shots. And killed a woman. He said he let off 2 shots, shotgun. He said that the first one was a warning shot. And then the second one, he claims his defense was that it was by accident. That he tripped and dropped the gun, and the trigger hit, which I'm sure they had ballistics and forensics and all of that type of stuff, some sort of specialist to sit on that stand and give a rendering of how that is possible, I'm sure. But even for you to run out there with your gun is unreasonable. Just because 2 cars are pulling into your driveway, unless you can show me proof that in that area there have been 2 vans filled with young people on a motorcycle terrorizing, looting, breaking into houses, unless you can show me that there has been a history of that, and therefore a reason for you to be so scared that before you even wait a second to see, like, are they lost? Are they trying to, before you even call 911, you just gonna start letting off shots? No. So your decision was very unreasonable, got you 25 years to life, and added to my reasonable list are the jurors that found him guilty, the jurors of his peers, and the judge that gave him 25 years to life. All right. Before we get out of here, let's talk about, so one of y'all sent me an askZ in the YouTube comments, and so we going to focus on that one. Let's see what's new in askZ. And so many of y'all was like, we love the okay, I'm gonna get to this next week because that's good, but that's long. So many of y'all was like, we love the intro song, and thank you. A producer by the name of Menu and Heart. He's also a comedian based in New York City. He did the beat for me. So if you are looking for any sort of music stuff, definitely hit up Menu and Heart. And yeah. Tell him Zainab sent ya. Okay, so askZ. Here's the scenario. You're out with your significant other at a bar. You're out with your significant other at a bar. She goes up to a guy and tells him she really likes his glasses. Is it unreasonable to think that she was hitting on Mr. Glasses and was being disrespectful to her partner, or was this a genuine compliment? He said, P.S., this has been hotly debated in the barbershop. I imagine that in the barbershop, it's a very, very funny conversation. So I think there's a few questions that I have, like, does she wear glasses? Does anybody in her life wear glasses? And she told them, oh my God, I'm going to help you look for some good glasses. And so as soon as I see somebody with some good glasses, I'm going to find out where they got them from. If no, then I don't think that it was unreasonable to think that she was hitting on Mr. Glasses. I'd like to know, and I noticed that he didn't include this, but was Mr. Glasses good looking? You know? But the thing that gets me is you're out with your significant other and she goes up to the guy. That's the part of it that seems, that's the part of it that changes everything. If the guy came to the table and was like, can I take your order? And she's like, oh my God, I really like your glasses. Then that's like, if you like, oh, what you hitting on him, that's unreasonable, right? Or if y'all came in and, you know, the guy at coat check, you know, or the maitre d' or the host, or anybody that she happened to pass, meaning it was effortless, right? And she noticed their glasses and then was just a kind enough human being to compliment them. I think that that's fine. And I think it would be unreasonable for you to assume that she is hitting on Mr. Glasses. But when you said she goes up to him, she goes up to the guy, which to me, it sounds like she left you to go up to the guy. So she stepped away from you to go up to a guy just to tell him his glasses are nice? Or did she not that his glasses are nice, she really likes his glasses. I still would like a little bit more, you know, context to the story. Like, how did she say it? Or did you not even really hear it? Did you just see her go up to the guy and then when she came back, you was like, oh, what happened? And she was like, oh, no, I just had to tell him that I liked his glasses. That's kind of strange to me. It might be unreasonable, but it might be unreasonable for you to assume that she's hitting on him. Because I don't know like what her patterns are, what her energy is. But I'm be honest with you, I might have assumed the same thing. If you go up to a guy for no other reason, if I'm sitting with my significant other and he goes up to a woman, if he leaves my table, if he leaves my side to go up to a woman simply to compliment her, I'm not going like that. Now, if the woman passes him, if the woman comes over to us and he wants to compliment her because her glasses are nice, because she's a beautiful woman, because he likes something she's wearing, by all means, do that. And I would not assume he trying to hit on her or he trying to get with her. But you going to leave me? You going to leave my side? Go to the person just to compliment them? What else do you want me? What should I make of that? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and you know who left this at Liftuado 3446. So LIFUTAO 3446. Thank you so much for leaving that. But I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Everybody in the comments, let us know what you think. Is he being unreasonable for thinking that she tried to hit on Mr. Glasses? Or can a woman just go and leave her man and go give another man a compliment and it's nothing? Let us know what you think. And of course, you guys can, you know, hashtag at askZ. If you want me to, let you know if a situation that you find yourself in is reasonable or unreasonable, you guys can DM me. You guys can message me on Instagram, all of that good stuff. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning into I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I will see you guys same time, same place. Ain't no time, Wednesday. Same day, same place next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.